Imagine having $380 million, but living like an ordinary person. No luxury mansions across the globe, no flashy supercars, and no extravagant parties. Instead, you ride the subway, enjoy a sandwich on a park bench, and roam the streets without bodyguards. Sounds unusual, right? But this is the reality of one of Hollywood's most beloved stars, Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is not just a Hollywood icon, he is a paradox. Despite his massive fortune, he chooses a lifestyle far from the glitz and glamour of the rich and famous. While many stars boast lavish yachts and grand estates, Keanu finds joy in simplicity. But why would a man who earned millions from the Matrix and John Wick live so modestly? With roles like Neo and John Wick, Keanu has redefined action cinema. He has fought agents in virtual realities and battled assassins across continents, earning millions and worldwide fame. Yet his life off-screen is more intriguing than any role he has played. From riding motorcycles alone to donating millions without seeking attention, Keanu's choices have left fans wondering, what is the real story behind his luxurious yet simple life? In today's video, we reveal the hidden secrets of Keanu Reeves' lifestyle, how he spends his millions, why he chooses to live humbly, and what makes him Hollywood's most generous star. But before we uncover his luxurious lifestyle, let's first understand where his journey began. Keanu Reeves was born on September 2, 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon. His life began with complexity, shaped by his multicultural heritage from his British mother, Patricia, and Hawaiian Chinese father, Samuel. But behind this diverse background lay a childhood filled with instability and heartache. The absence left a deep void, and soon after, his father was imprisoned for drug trafficking. Keanu's mother, Patricia, became his sole provider, raising him and his younger sister Kim through difficult times. In search of a better future, Patricia remarried, but her pursuit of stability brought more chaos. She married and divorced 3 times, which uprooted the family repeatedly. Keanu's childhood became a series of constant relocations, from Sydney to New York, and eventually to Toronto. This frequent moving disrupted his ability to form lasting friendships, and he struggled to find his place. The school was another battle. Keanu suffered from dyslexia, a learning disorder that turned reading and comprehension into a painful struggle. Despite his efforts, he lagged behind his peers, often feeling isolated and misunderstood. His frustration grew, and academics felt like a prison rather than a path to success. He switched schools multiple times, but the pattern of failure persisted. Eventually, he dropped out of high school without earning a diploma, further feeding his sense of alienation. However, a light appeared through the shadows. His stepfather, Paul Aaron, a film and theater director, introduced him to acting. At just 9 years old, Keanu found himself on stage for the first time, and a spark ignited within him. Though Paul and Patricia's marriage ended quickly, Paul remained a guiding force in Keanu's life, helping him take his first steps in the entertainment world. Acting became Keanu's escape, a space where he could express himself beyond the limits of books and classrooms. Keanu's difficult upbringing became more than just a story of survival. It taught him to embrace empathy, patience, and resilience. The constant instability of his childhood made him value stability in his character. His struggles with dyslexia taught him that success is not defined by academic achievements, but by determination. His experiences with loss and loneliness created a man who understood the pain of others, a rare trait in the competitive world of Hollywood. Though his path was rough, it became the foundation of his future. Every hardship, from family turmoil to academic failure, contributed to his humility and compassion. These early challenges shaped the man who would later give generously, live simply, and remains deeply connected to his roots, no matter how high he climbed. From these difficult beginnings, Keanu's path to stardom was anything but easy. Keanu Reeves' rise to stardom wasn't swift or easy. It was built on persistence, passion, and fearless determination. His career began humbly, far from the glitz of Hollywood. In the early 1980s, he appeared in commercials, including a Coca-Cola ad where he played a young cyclist, pushing himself to victory with raw determination. His first film breakthrough came with River's Edge in 1986, a dark drama that earned him early recognition within the industry. In 1989, Keanu's life changed forever with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Playing the lovable and clueless Ted, he won the hearts of audiences worldwide. The film grossed over $40 million and became a pop culture phenomenon. It wasn't just a hit at the box office, it was a hit with a generation. But Keanu was determined to prove he was more than a comedic actor. The 1990s marked Keanu's rise through action films. In 1991, he starred in the adrenaline-fueled Point Break, earning praise for his role as FBI agent Johnny Utah. The film grossed $83 million and proved Keanu had what it took to lead a blockbuster. Just 3 years later, he soared to new heights with Speed, 1994. Where he played the heroic cop Jack Traven. The film grossed $350 million worldwide and cemented his status as a top action star. But his most iconic role was still ahead. In 1999, Keanu became a global phenomenon with The Matrix. As Neo, the hacker-turned-hero, he redefined action cinema. The film grossed over $463 million and became a landmark in science fiction. His earnings reflected his rising star power, $10 million up front, plus a share of the revenue, bringing his total earnings for the first film to over $45 million. The sequels, The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions, 2003, pushed his earnings even higher, totaling $100 million combined. From the Matrix series alone, Keanu earned nearly $200 million. When many stars would have slowed down, Keanu found a second peak. In 2014, he returned to the spotlight with John Wick, a surprise global hit. He earned $2 million for the first installment, but it wasn't just a paycheck, it was a revival. Audiences were captivated by his performance as the relentless assassin, and the film spawned a billion-dollar franchise. With John Wick Chapter 2017, his salary rose to $4 million. By John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, 2019, he earned $10 million. In John Wick Chapter 4023, his salary soared to $15 million, plus a share of the profits. Beyond acting, Keanu is a creator and entrepreneur. His love for motorcycles led him to co-found Arch Motorcycle, a company specializing in custom, high-performance bikes. His passion for storytelling expanded into publishing when he co-created the comic book series BRZRKR, which became a bestseller. Through every triumph and setback, Keanu's persistence never wavered. He turned career slumps into comebacks, comedy roles into action stardom, and passion projects into thriving businesses. His journey is a testament to resilience, risk-taking, and the belief that second acts can be even greater than the first. But what did Keanu do with his massive fortune? You'd be surprised. Keanu Reeves has built an impressive fortune, but his approach to wealth is anything but typical. With an estimated net worth of $380 million, he ranks among Hollywood's richest stars. Yet his financial choices reveal a surprising balance between success and simplicity. A significant portion of his fortune comes from the Matrix series. Keanu's earnings from the franchise are legendary. For the first film alone, he earned $10 million upfront, plus a percentage of the profits, bringing his total payout to over $45 million. The sequels, The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions, pushed his earnings even higher. His revenue-sharing deal, one of the most profitable in Hollywood history, brought him an additional $100 million. Altogether, the Matrix series earned him nearly $200 million, making it the cornerstone of his fortune. But Keanu's career resurgence with the John Wick franchise added another layer to his wealth. The first John Wick film in 2014 earned him $2 million, but as the franchise grew into a global hit, so did his paychecks. By John Wick Chapter 2017, his salary rose to $4 million. In John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, 2019, he pocketed $10 million. By the time John Wick Chapter 4 hit screens in 2023, his earnings reached $15 million, plus a share of the film's profits. With the franchise grossing over $1 billion, it became one of the most lucrative roles of his career. Beyond films, Keanu's income streams are diverse. He has earned millions through commercials and endorsements thanks to his clean image and global appeal, from Coca-Cola ads early in his career to partnerships with luxury brands. His endorsement deals have remained profitable. Additionally, Keanu ventured into publishing, co-authoring books like Ode to Happiness and Shadows, which brought in substantial earnings. His comic book series BRZRKR became a bestseller and expanded his income portfolio beyond Hollywood. Despite his massive fortune, Keanu's spending habits are a stark contrast to typical celebrity lifestyles. He owns only one known property, a modest $8 million mansion in the Hollywood Hills. While many stars buy multiple luxury homes, Keanu has been known to live out of hotels for years, preferring simplicity over extravagance. His car collection is surprisingly minimal, with his most notable vehicle being a Porsche 911 and a beloved vintage Volvo 122, which he has owned for decades. Instead of splurging on luxuries, Keanu is known for his generosity. He famously gifted the Matrix stunt team Harley-Davidson motorcycles, a gesture that cost him over $70,000 but meant far more to those who worked alongside him. He has donated millions to cancer research, children's hospitals, and charitable causes, often anonymously. For him, money is a tool, not a trophy. Despite earning millions, his spending habits are surprisingly different from other stars. Keanu Reeves' lifestyle stands out in a world where Hollywood stars flaunt luxury. Despite having a fortune of $380 million, Keanu chooses a surprisingly modest life. While many celebrities own multiple properties, Keanu owns just one, a mansion in the Hollywood Hills. He purchased the property in 2003 for $4,850,000, and it's currently valued at around $8,070,000. The home, while luxurious, is far from the sprawling estates typical of stars with his wealth. Unlike others with vacation homes around the globe, Keanu has lived in hotels for years, finding comfort in simplicity. His everyday habits are even more down to eat. Fans often spot him riding the subway in New York or Los Angeles. He dresses casually, sometimes in worn-out clothes, blending in with ordinary people. One of the most iconic images of Keanu is the Sad Keanu photo, where he was seen sitting alone on a park bench, eating a sandwich, lost in thought. The image went viral, turning into a meme that symbolized his humility. But the real story? Keanu wasn't sad, just enjoying a simple moment alone, reflecting on life, without the need for extravagance. His approach to vehicles is equally modest. While many celebrities fill their garages with sports cars and luxury SUVs, Keanu keeps it simple. His favorite car is a Porsche 911 Carrera 4S, chosen not for status but for performance. More notable, though, is his sentimental connection to his old Volvo 122, a car he affectionately nicknamed Dumpy because of its worn-down appearance. It was the car he drove when he first arrived in Los Angeles, and he kept it through his rise to fame. However, there is one passion that Keanu indulges: motorcycles. His love for bikes is well known, and it led him to co-found Arch Motorcycle Company, a luxury motorcycle brand specializing in custom-built bikes. The motorcycles, ranging from $85,000 to over $200,000, are known for their craftsmanship and performance. Keanu is not just a co-owner, he is deeply involved in the design process and often rides Arch motorcycles himself. To him, motorcycles represent freedom, adventure, and a break from the chaos of fame. But his life of simplicity hasn't spared him from trouble. Keanu has faced multiple security issues at his home. In 2014, two separate intruders broke into his mansion within days of each other. One woman entered his library while he was sleeping, while another broke in the next day, took a swim in his pool, and used his shower. In 2023, masked thieves broke into his home and stole his gun. These incidents led him to increased security, but they also highlighted the risks of his openness and accessibility. Despite his fame and fortune, Keanu remains grounded, living a life that defies Hollywood norms. He has shown the world that wealth doesn't need to change who you are or how you live. For him, happiness is found not in luxury, but in simplicity and freedom. But Keanu isn't just known for living simply. His generosity is legendary. Keanu Reeves is known not only for his talent, but also for his incredible generosity. Despite his fame and fortune, he has always believed that wealth is meant to be shared. What makes his giving special is that he rarely talks about it. He gives from the heart, not for headlines. One of Keanu's most meaningful contributions has been in the fight against cancer. After witnessing his sister Kim's long battle with leukemia, he became a passionate supporter of cancer research. He quietly donated millions to hospitals and cancer research centers without attaching his name to the donations. What many people don't know is that he even started a private charity foundation to support cancer research and children's hospitals. The foundation has been active for years, but Keanu kept it out of the public eye, simply stating that he doesn't need his name on his good deeds. His generosity extends to those he works with. During the filming of The Matrix, Keanu made a gesture that stunned Hollywood. To thank the stunt crew for their hard work, he gifted each of the 12 stunt performers a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Each bike cost thousands of dollars, but for Keanu, it was about showing appreciation for the team that risked their lives to make the film unforgettable. His kindness isn't limited to grand gestures. While working on a film set, Keanu heard about a crew member facing financial difficulties. Without hesitation, he handed the struggling worker $20,000 to help them get back on their feet. For Keanu, helping someone in need was more important than money. Keanu has also made personal sacrifices for the sake of his films and colleagues. During the filming of The Devil's Advocate, he took a significant pay cut so that the studio could afford to bring in Al Pacino, whom he deeply admired. He did the same for The Replacements, lowering his salary to ensure the production could hire Gene Hackman. These decisions cost him millions, but for Keanu, working with great actors and supporting the team behind the scenes mattered more than a paycheck. His generosity continued during the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2020, Keanu found a creative way to help raise funds for charity. He auctioned off a private 15-minute Zoom call with himself to support Camp Rainbow Gold, a charity for children with cancer. The call raised $17,600, a small but meaningful act that brought joy to both the donors and the children it supported. What sets Keanu apart is that he never seeks attention for his kindness. His giving is driven by empathy, shaped by his own experiences with loss, hardship, and heartache. Whether helping a friend, supporting a crew member, or donating millions to save lives, his actions come from a place of deep compassion. But this generosity was born from his own experiences with heartbreak and loss. Keanu Reeves carries a heart that has been shattered and mended more times than most can imagine. Behind his gentle smile lies a story of immense pain, loss, and resilience, one that shaped the man the world admires today. In 1993, Keanu faced his first devastating loss, the death of his best friend, River Phoenix. River, a rising star and someone Keanu considered a brother, died from a drug overdose at just 23 years old. The two had shared dreams, laughter, and a deep bond that felt unbreakable. Keanu was heartbroken, and the loss marked him forever. He rarely speaks about River, but his silence carries the weight of grief that never fully fades. Years later, tragedy struck again. In 1999, Keanu and his then-partner Jennifer Syme were expecting their first child. But their joy turned to sorrow when their daughter, Ava, was stillborn at 8 months. The loss of their baby shattered their relationship, and although they remained close, the grief built a distance they could not bridge. Just 18 months later, in 2001, Jennifer died in a car accident. She was only 28. Keanu, devastated, carried her coffin at her funeral, a moment that felt like burying his future alongside his past. In his darkest years, Keanu retreated from the world. He lived in hotels, avoiding publicity and fame, finding solace in solitude. Hollywood spotlight could not reach the shadows he walked through. His grief became his companion, but he never let it turn into bitterness. Instead, he used his pain to grow his compassion for others. Amid his heartbreak, Keanu also fought another battle, a silent one for his family. His younger sister, Kim, was diagnosed with leukemia. Keanu became her primary caregiver, dedicating years of his life to supporting her recovery. He spent millions on her medical care and research into leukemia treatments, driven not by obligation, but by love. During this time, he put his career on hold, staying by Kim's side through every painful moment. She would later go into remission, a small triumph amid so much loss. Through every tragedy, Keanu's outlook on life evolved. Money, fame, and success became meaningless compared to health, love, and human connection. He once said, "Money is the last thing I think about. I could live on what I've already made for the next few centuries." His life became a testament to the truth that no amount of wealth could heal a broken heart, but kindness and love could ease the pain. Yet, even after all this pain, life had a beautiful surprise for him. After years of heartbreak and solitude, love found Keanu Reeves when he least expected it. In 2010, he met artist and writer Alexandra Grant. Their connection began as a friendship built on creativity and shared passions. Together, they collaborated on 2 artistic projects, Ode to Happiness and Shadows, books that blended Keanu's introspective words with Alexandra's evocative illustrations. Their art became a reflection of their bond, deep, expressive, and full of meaning. For nearly a decade, they remained private, their relationship growing quietly, away from the public eye. But in 2019, they stepped into the spotlight together, hand in hand, at the LACMA Art Plus Film Gala. It was their first public appearance as a couple, and the world took notice. Fans celebrated, not just because Keanu had found love, but because he had found happiness. Alexandra brought light into Keanu's life after years of darkness. She became his partner, muse, and closest friend. In interviews, Keanu's once somber tone softened when speaking about love, and Alexandra described their connection as one rooted in mutual respect and creativity. Through her, he found a space where his heart could heal, a space filled with laughter, art, and peace. Their relationship symbolizes more than romance. It is a story of finding joy after loss, of opening one's heart after heartbreak. It reminds the world that love, in all its forms, can be a source of healing. But Keanu's influence goes beyond his movies and relationships. Keanu Reeves' legacy goes far beyond his movies. Through his iconic roles and genuine personality, he has become a cultural phenomenon. As Neo in The Matrix, he redefined action cinema, turning phrases like, "there is no spoon," into pop culture staples. John Wick created a new action legend, transforming a character driven by love and loss into a global symbol of strength and determination. These roles are more than characters, they are symbols of resilience, just like the man who plays them. But Keanu's impact reaches far beyond the silver screen. On the internet, he holds a special place in people's hearts. He became known as the internet's boyfriend, a title earned not through scandals or viral stunts, but through his sincerity and kindness. Memes like "Sad Keanu," which showed him sitting alone on a park bench, resonated deeply with fans. Instead of being annoyed by the joke, Keanu embraced it, reminding everyone that sadness is a part of life, and that's okay. Keanu's wholesome moments have become internet treasures. Fans adore stories of him giving up his subway seat or staying behind to chat with admirers without rushing away. His interviews often go viral, filled with wisdom and humility. One of his most quoted lines, "Be excellent to each other," has become more than a catchphrase. It's a reflection of how he lives his life. On social media, he is celebrated for his humanity. Fans share countless stories of his generosity, his patience, and his ability to stay grounded despite his fame. He is proof that in a world of egos, humility still shines the brightest. Keanu is more than a movie star. He is a symbol of resilience, humility, and kindness. His legacy is not just the roles he plays, but the man he is, both on screen and off. So, what's the real secret behind Keanu Reeves' Luxe life? Keanu Reeves' life proves that true luxury isn't found in mansions, cars, or million-dollar paychecks, it's found in character. His wealth lies in his kindness, generosity, and humility. Despite his fame and fortune, he has remained grounded, showing the world that success is about how you treat people, not what you own. From his iconic roles to his charitable heart, Keanu has become more than a movie star. He is a symbol of humanity in an industry known for excess. He teaches us that fame and fortune mean nothing without heart. His life reminds us that resilience can come from tragedy, and joy can be found after loss. Keanu Reeves' story is not just about movies or money, it's about living with compassion, giving without expecting, and staying humble no matter how high you rise. If you found this video meaningful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring celebrity stories. See you in the next one.